There it was. There it was. So absolutely ridiculous. The male elderly lady getting abused, on the Telegraph or the Telegraph, the news channels. There are numerous incidents of these things happening throughout the last days here. Now I don't know what it's caused by, but I take it out on the factor that we continue to have. Ah, there we go. Yeah, there's sound. That's good. All right. Continue to have these abuse cases from the elderly. Now I reckon it's because of the overwhelming stress of low personnel or its biased opinions. But yeah, there are certainly things that appear to be coaching its way in. All right, let's set the go here. We have a lot of stuff. I mean, I haven't been prepared anything, but like we're just gonna go through it all. Uh.
A tsunami.
Oh, here you go. That's a good one. We'll watch that in a second here. Spread that. So wait for people to get in here. 1 second. Just gonna do one thing. So Rigoshin. We'll wait for people. I mean, we're probably gonna give people a little bit of a second to get in here because usually it takes YouTube. Oh, you can't play that. My bad. My bad. So yeah, we're gonna give people a little bit of a second to get in here. We got a new stream up today. We got Minsk. Minsk. It's the Belarusian capital. We got on the right side here. That's the Belarusian live stream here. We got a new one up here for you guys today because thought we might as well. Belarus Avenue. I can't pronounce that, but the metro station in Grosheka, Minsk, I reckon. And of course, we got some Ukrainian live cams here. These are straight from Ukraine because we got both channels in the description below. This is ADSB flight tracking service and Ukraine live map here down the bottom. These are tracking live current air raid services around Ukraine. These are tracking what areas have air raids or have at least had some kind of reason air raids. Same thing. Pale, welcome in. Welcome. We're gonna get started here in a second. Just want to wait a little bit because there's usually takes like YouTube to 8 to 10 minutes to send out the notification. We're just gonna talk about some nonchalant stuff here. There has been talks about massive gains here today. I reckon we can show that here. These are the current developments on the battlefield of Ukraine here. The Western world have decided that giving people, something like I don't know, military aid to fight a war. No, that'd be ridiculous. But they've decided that not giving them anything is, of course, their new tactic. So this is the results. The Russians are actually making gains, and as far as I'm told, 3-1. Okay, 3-1. You know, there's three Russian soldiers for every one Ukrainian soldiers. But experience-wise, I'm reckoning the Ukrainian soldiers have a lot more. But here you have it. These are the estimates that we are getting here. These are late gains here today from yesterday to today. Look at that. I mean, it's not enough. It's not nothing. I mean, they engulf this town here and make gains in some directions here. I don't know exactly if they made it in more directions. There were some pushback from the Ukrainians yesterday, where they managed to push back in some areas, but it was quite small pushbacks here. But there's been talks about massive gains here the last few days here. So this is the biggest here that we're talking about there. Now there were talks about possible gains somewhere along the front lines that could have been massive. Now I wasn't really aware of that. I think I got it on my if you just give me a second here, I'll find it. Just give me a second. Go on my Twitter right now because I had it retweeted. Oh my god, my Twitter is not loading. There we go. Now it's loaded. So give me a second here. Go find it. Welcome in, everybody, if you're joining us just now here. Some interesting, exciting news coming out from Ukraine as well. That could be pretty good news coming out eventually here, but we're going to get to that in a second. Because they were talking about... Did I not retweet that? I might not have retweeted that. Okay, so they were talking about the possibility of blowing up the Kerch Strait Bridge. Now, that's pretty good right here. Check it out. Check this stuff out. Okay, so I clicked on the tweet and I got to his channel. Lovely. Not what I wanted to do, but there we go. There we got it. In 2024, oh my god, Twitter. New surprises await the enemies in Crimea, and I don't recommend the civilian population to use the Crimean bridge. Budanov. So Budanov is the chief intelligence of Ukraine, and he's just told the population of Russia and Crimea to not drive on the Kerch Strait Bridge. Does that mean they're about to blow it up? I'm betting on it. I'm betting on it. Kerch Strait Bridge is on fire. Your bridge is on fire. Some more news coming out of Poland. Of course, a little bit of deepening, saddening news here. Today, the Polish protesters dumped gains. I mean, we're talking about millions of tons. No, kidding. We're talking about a lot of tons of grain was dumped out from the train transport and the trucks and stuff like that on the side of the road. Not only is the waste of grain, but yeah, it was ridiculous. I mean, they yeah. I mean, it's such a ridiculous notion what they're doing here, and of course we also have this as well. Polish protesters punctured the wheel of Ukrainian drivers at the border. So actually they use nails, as we can see in the pictures. At the Rawa Ruska Herbina checkpoint, Polish farmers driving a pickup truck scattered nails and screws all over the road to prevent the Ukrainian drivers from continuing their journey. As far as we understand, this is the failing population of Poland who doesn't realize that Russia is their enemy, who thinks Russia is their friend, you know? Oh my god, well, let's be friends with Russia because they're going to treat us nicely like they always have in history. Yeah, because Russia has a really great history of treating Poland nicely. You know, the population of Poland, either it's probably... I have my bets on the factor that it's probably Russian separatists, paid separatists and stuff like that, people who are upriding these protests. Many of them aren't Russian, many of them are Polish, but they seem to think that Russia is going to treat them nicer than Ukraine is going to. You know, it's war, okay? You're not going to feel comfortable, okay? You're not going to be comfortable in war, you know? Good old friend Putin, my guy. Yeah, exactly. You know, Johnny, but you know, historically, Poland has had great relationship with Russia. Actually, it was part of Russia willingly once, right? You know, it was not like Russia invaded their country to invade another country and then, you know, didn't give their freedom. No, Poland wanted to be part of them. Yeah. Also in 1920, when they invaded, they wanted to be part of that. In the 1800s, they've invaded more than once. They also wanted to be part of them then. And then, of course, the numerous other times, which I can't remember at this point in time, when Germany invaded Poland in 1940 and the 1940s, the Russians owned. 1914, the Russians owned parts of Poland. The other parts were owned by Germany. Poland wasn't even an entity at that point. Well, it was the people. Slavic. Right, but there you have it. But they're great friends, great chums. You know, it's just ridiculous that the factor that they think. But listen, I have an advice here for Polish farmers. You think you're going to have better prices during the time of war? Do you think that when Russia comes to fight in your country, which if we're going down the road we're going down now, it's going to happen. Do you really think that you're going to have it easier selling your products and having better prices, which is, by the way, what they're protesting about? They're saying it's because of state rights, but I know it's about the prices. Do you really think you're going to have it easier when the Russians invade your country? You think, you know, the Polish not going to a wartime economy is going to care about you? No, but you could prevent that. not by letting the truckers through. But no, we want to be annoying little assholes. You know. But historically, if the Polish had the same thought about the Russians that they always have, which many of them do, they wouldn't have done this. They would have put fucking speed tracks in those truckers and hauled them into Ukraine as fast as they could. But apparently, there's some Polish farmers who think, you know what I'm gonna do today? I've decided to wake up and be responsible for killing thousands of Ukrainians a week, a month. Killing countless of people. Having Ukraine lose a war. That's what I'm gonna do today. I don't know about you guys. You know, you guys gonna go help people? You know. No, I'm gonna go responsible for people being killed. Yeah. Babies starving? That's not my problem. You know? You mean babies going hungry? No. No, kids not having a normal life? No, that's not my problem because I want to protest and I'm not getting enough money for my crops. You know? What do you think you're going to have it easier? You know, like, I'm not getting enough money for my crops. Oh my God. You know, I mean, yeah, it's just ridiculous. There's other ways you could protest. If you're not getting enough money for your crops, there are other ways to protest. Go to City Hall, protest in city, protest in the capital, you know, against the Polish government, not protest against the Ukrainian government. For what? The Ukrainians want to sell their products. We don't want that. You know, it's like, it's a ridiculous notion. So all I can think in my head is, there's obviously Russian separatists involved in this. Obviously, Russia is very much involved in what's going on in Poland. People keep saying they have no evidence of that. But, oh my God, you know, like, you really think the Polish people came up with this one by themselves? You know? Sorry to break it to you, but no. I don't reckon they did. The SBU is using Seababy maritime drones as a multi-purpose platform as preparing a new surprise for the enemy. SBU head Vasily Malkyuk said on the Ukraine Year 2024 forum. Today, the SBU is working in the air, at sea, on the front line, and behind enemy lines. In temporarily occupied territories and deep inside Russia. Yeah. We have created several interesting new developments, namely 2 surface drones. One of them, Seababy, is our flagship, noted Vasily Mayuk. Vasily Mayuk, I think that's his name. That's pretty good pronunciation right there. SBU maritime drones have already hit 11 ships of the Russian Black Sea fleet. Some of them are irrelevant damage, while others may take a longer time to restore. Oh, retrievable. Revivable? I don't really that. You get what I'm saying. Anyways, yeah, that's the forum there. Unfortunately, as much as Ukraine is winning on this on the sea, they appear to be having a hard time on the front lines here. Now, I showed some of you guys who were here in the start. I'm gonna show it again here. The front line pushes here, the Ukrainians, as we can see, are continuing to go forward. This is the area around Andavika. What the fuck can I find? There we go. So this was yesterday, and that's today. I mean, it's about, what do you say, like, it's about 3 kilometers of gain in a day. But yeah. I wanted to note. I mean, if I do want to note, because if Russia wants to reach, if they gain about 3 kilometers of land a day, and there's 566 left to Kyiv, let's do the math here. 566 from the front line to Kyiv. And times that. Oh, no, sorry. God damn it. It's divided into 3, right? No. It's 566. Let's do times. And then divided by 365. No. 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 How do, how do I? Wait, no. I just gotta do. Wait, no. I just gotta do 500. How many? I was thinking about how many days it was gonna take. But how do I account that for that? You gotta do days wise. Oh yeah, shit. I just gotta do how many free times. Oh no, 500. Yeah, divided by free. It's 188 days. Wait, is that true? Can that be true? Uh, 188 days? Yeah. Yeah. Maybe. Okay. It didn't go as great as I thought it was going to go. And admittedly, I fucked up on that one. I gotta think about my mind. How could I times what do I 3 kilometers a day for 300? I just got to do. Okay. Let's just see how long they get for. Okay, so it's not going to take. So if we say 3 times 188. Well, that's okay. Yeah, that's true. So 188 days. That's got to be right. It's about 180, 85, 180, 190 days, something like that. It was true. I did it right. I just gotta have faith in myself sometimes. Have faith in myself. Come on. No, but I did it right there. So 3 kilometers a day. That's going to take them 188 days to reach Kyiv. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say that's a reality there because we're out. There's obviously only in this area here, and that would mean they would have to travel. It's bad map, but you get it. It's about a year of a little bit less of a year. Over half a year. If they keep going 3 kilometers a day, which is they're done now, it's a bit about over half a year. Of days, a little bit more than that actually, quite a lot more of days, about maybe. Well, it depends on the Ukrainians, right? Because it depends on the amount of kilometers they could increase. Because the factor is, we're heading into March now. Now, the Ukrainians have said to have been running out of ammunition for a while and could be hitting critical levels in April. If we're heading into March and they're heading into critical levels in April, the amount of increase of the Russian gains could double by the time, or even triple. We don't know. They could have massive breakthrough in some areas if the Ukrainians aren't able to supply some areas, and they completely run out in some areas. I mean, they're just going to have to, I wouldn't say abandon it, but I would say definitely give up on it. They would have to pull back to be able to supply them. But of course, they have a lot left. But the imagination is that they might not have enough left, which is, which is the truth, right? Which is the truth. But yeah, I can't count for that. I mean, we're saying. We're saying about 200 days, maybe left. If they keep going like this, I imagine it's about 200 days before the Russians will reach Kyiv, right? If they keep going 3 kilometers a day, and there's 566, and about 200 days from now, they'll reach. Well, it's a bit old. It's a bit above that, right? It's not exactly 200 days, 209, 190, something like that. But that's the estimates, right? So, I mean, what's stopping the Russians? And right now, if Ukraine doesn't hold their front for more than that, I mean, So it's quite critical that the Western countries get their asses out of their asses and start getting things to the front lines. Oh yeah, here was the video. So, yeah. How long will the government and the Polish police allow the vandals to continue react to the situation with the spill gain Minister of Infrastructure Olesenska Kuprakov. I mean, it's not even a name. Kuprakov. I'm sorry. According to him, the systematic destruction of Ukrainian agricultural products looks like planned sabotage. All these agricultural products are transported in sealed rail cars and are transit to other countries. So there you have it. I mean, this is the grain paid for by other countries, allowed by Polish authorities to be spilled on the ground. So there you have it. Look at that. They opened it up and let it all come out. It's absolutely, absolutely. I mean, this is ridiculous. That is just waste right there, and they can't. Chances of them getting that bag, and that's not going to happen. I mean, the bottom layer on now laying on the ground. I mean, it's not like it's contaminated because it's laying on the ground, but chances of them getting that back. This is not protesting. This is vandalism. There's a difference between protesting and vandalism. This is just ridiculous. I mean, and who's gonna clean that up? Vandalists, they never have any kind of thought of consequences. They always just do what they think is right, and then eventually they'll figure out what consequences are. A man has reportedly set himself on fire near the embassy of Washington, D.C.
Get off the property! Get off the property!
Jesus Christ, there's a lot of flags as well. Look at that. I know what I'll do to show those goddamn Israeli idiots. I'll set myself on fire. That'll show those assholes. What the fuck?
Get off the property!
And there's always the film guy, right? The film guy. I have a right. I have a right. I have a right to be here. This is my right. I'm not trespassing. This is foreign government. I'm not trespassing.
Supreme Allied Commander
Kyiv, not just a dozen of
Paulina Chamoy talked to General Wes Clark, NATO's
artillery ammunition, long-range weapons, and hundreds of modern aircraft. Former NATO Commander General Vasily Clark. Ukraine is just a victim. There are no signs that Putin will be defeated. Yeah, but the factor is he's the bottom over the acorn here. We're certainly in the idea that the world is fucked, right? Well, that's what we're all thinking. What are you thinking? By the way, I'm gonna show you a picture here. Now I want YouTube and I want you guys to know I'm not condoning any of what you're gonna see in this picture here. And this is absolutely disgusting. And this is something that I have a personal problem with. Well, I don't have I mean, that sounds a really far-fetched saying that I have a personal problem with it. I don't have a personal problem with it. Okay, maybe that's a little far-fetched. I'm not that woke. But no. Here why. Listen. All right, so a picture has been circulating on the internet, in Twitter. This is from a guy called Rogozin. Before his illness, U.S. Secretary Lloyd Austin loved being photographed with Pinjamsees. So this right here is a picture that this is Lloyd Austin. He's the chief of he's U.S. Secretary of Defense. Yeah. But that the former Roscosmos and a Russian senator Rogozin compares U.S. Secretary of Defense Lloyd Austin to a guerrilla. In response, Rogozin was reminded of his youth and participation in Russian marches, which is Nazi marches. Rogozin's response was, "Not with it. Who is this? You? Well, okay. Oh." Was not with it. Who is this? What a fool. Yeah, Russians there. See, that was the response right there. Oh, look at that. So somebody responded with him at a Nazi rally doing the Heil. Look at that right there. So that's Rogozin saying, who is this? You or yeah. Or who is this? What a fool. Who is this? What a fool. That's him. Who is this? What a fool, right? But he did that, and that's absolutely. I mean, it's disgusting, right? Because he's comparing Lloyd Austin to a gorilla, which is just plain. I mean, I'm not some of those guys who's gonna go around saying, "Oh, that's racist," and that's racist. But this right here, that's racist. I mean, and there's levels to racism where I'm like, like that's, what is that and what is that? But this right here, there's no sugarcoating or anything. It's just racist. I mean, there's nothing else to put it to you guys. It's just plain fucking racist, So fuck that guy. Right? I mean, this is just clear signs. Russia is stuck in the past. They are basically Nazis in a fucking cape, But yeah. Witchy, welcome in. Absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. The world is turning crazy and people are turning crazy. That's what they are. Okay. The Russians have turned to mercy from the Ukrainians and said, "Hey, I'll offer you drone image. I'll offer you drone equipment. Just don't fucking kill me."
А він щось питається зробити зі мною.
I'm offering to the gods.
Вже 5 минут так
An offering to the gods. That's what it is. Right there.
Видно, вже Богу молиться, щоб глушануло.
An offering to the gods. That guy's just desperate. Come on, guys. Come on, guys. I don't want to die. Take this shit. Oh my god. Oh, there you go. So the Brazilian prime minister or whatever president apparently has been anti-Semitic. He's at I believe he was at a anti-Semitic or anti-Israel rally, some kind of thing, and the people of Brazil, they responded. And you think sometimes people respond it by saying, don't do that. They go on the internet or something like that, or 10 people show up at a meeting to talk about this. But no, the Brazilians, they do it a bit different. Here's the Brazilian response to the anti-Semitism. Who said chivalry is dead? Huh? Who said chivalry is dead? Because this right here is chivalry. God damn. Can you imagine? Now, I will point out one thing here, guys. Although I am sure that they're there to go against his anti-Semitism, I am also pretty sure that they're there to protest against mainly his authoritarianism. He is, of course, a dictator. I mean, there's no sugarcoating it. That's what he is. People keep saying, "Oh, well, he's actually not a classified." Shut the fuck up. It's like UN. The UN has to classify you as a terrorist. When you say the UN has to classify you as a terrorist, you basically are saying to a terrorist to tell you when to say they're a terrorist. They'll classify the person saying that the other guy is a terrorist before they'll classify the guy who blew up the building as a terrorist. They'll classify the police officer who shot the terrorist as a terrorist before the terrorist. I mean, that's what the UN will do. So the UN is basically just useless nuts and idiots, and it doesn't reply to anything. It doesn't matter. Like, why do we have them? Like, it's so ridiculous. We spent millions on them. To do what? To talk about stuff? We spent millions on the UN to talk about things. Oh yeah, sure, I'm so happy to hear the UN talk about things. What did we get out of this? Nothing, because no one has to listen to the UN, so they're useless. People say, oh, well, they actually do, and there's like certain rules they have, and they have representatives, and I don't give a fuck. They can't change shit. The UN couldn't go out and change anything. They don't have any authority over it. We fund them, so we have them by their balls. And if anything, they should be thankful to the goddamn Western world for funding their bullshit for the past 80 fucking years, right? 80 years of funding bullshit. That's what I say. Bullshit. Oh, here. Yes, here it was. This was the former President Bolsonaro arrived today at the anti-Lula protest with an Israeli flag in his hands. The first thing he did at the protest was to show it to hundreds of thousands of people in response to Lula's anti-Semitic remarks. So this is the former president. Can you imagine like a really protest watching this, going like, "Oh, this is not true. This is not real. Oh my god." Oh, if I do, no, I'm gonna That's Priscilla right there. Holy shit! People keep saying to me, Israel on the world scale is losing. The Jews are losing. I'd like to see an anti-Israeli protesters go to Brazil and go into that crowd and go. I fucking hate the Jewish. You. I mean, I think you need a passport to the middle of fucking nowhere because you'd get hunted. That guy talking type of fuck. Yeah, that guy's hyping everyone up. He's like, holy shit. I mean, that's what you do in Brazil, right? I do believe they are predominantly Jewish. I don't know if they are predominantly Jewish. Obviously, they're I don't know how many Jews live in Brazil. How many Jews live in Brazil? Sorry. 120,000 Jews. That's not bad, That's a lot of people there. There's a lot of Jewish people. I think America actually has the biggest population of Jews. Am I wrong in that? Right. Obviously, Israel will be before America. Obviously, sorry, Israel. I meant like secondary to Israel. Outside of Israel, I was right. I was right. Outside of Israel, obviously, Israel would have the most. I mean, that makes sense, right? But outside of Israel, what? I was about to say 329. Wait, what? Who has the highest population of Jews? Are you telling me that there's 64 million? What? They got that many? Of America. Right. But it doesn't mention what it doesn't mention is the amount of Jewish people. It just mentions the amount because they don't have 329 Jewish people in America. I'll tell you that I don't think they have 329. As they're mentioning the total number, but I was right. America is the second one with the most Jews, and we got France and Canada. All right, yeah. It was estimated at 15.7 million. Israel hosts large core Jewish population 7.2, following. Okay, so 6.3 million Jews. The Jewish people live in America there. So that's the second largest population there as well. So that's what I was going at, right? That was what I meant. So I mean, obviously, that whole anti-Semitism is hitting at home in America because they do have a lot of Jewish communities in America. So I would imagine it would, right? It's ridiculous. I mean, listen here, this anti-Semitism's got to stop. As well, anti-Islamophobia and all that stuff, but You know, what I really wish is that people could just mind their own fucking business. You know, that would be the core thing. Because I tell you what, if everyone just minded their own fucking business, didn't talk about shit and just minded their own business, we'd have a pretty good world, wouldn't we? I think the world would be pretty good. The world would be pretty good. Zelensky appears to be what is he? He's in Canada today. Dear great people of a great country, I am immediately proud of each. Sorry about that. Oh yeah, he appears to be. Is he in Canada? Is he in Canada? Yeah, I think maybe he is. Anyways, we're gonna watch his latest video here. Take a look at this. 5 minute 40. Wow, oh, he's got to be. Oh, I think he's still in Ukraine there. Yeah. What gave it away? No, I think he's still in Ukraine there. Right. Number one superpower as a human is God damn it! That shit talking. Right there you go. Like the heart thing on the right side. I can't see people's comment because there's a thing. There's like a heart thing that I can give hearts and stuff like that. I can't see the people's comments sometimes. It's weird. Anyways, we're gonna. Oh, he's done. All right. No, I'm gonna watch this.
Слава Україні! Я знаходжусь зараз в Гостомелі, і саме звідси мало розпочатись те саме взяти Київ і Україну.
You know what I thought he was gonna say? I'm currently in Mariupol. You know, that would be great if he just went behind Russian lines and said, "I'm in Mariupol. I don't give a fuck." I know, I hate the art thing. Yeah, it doesn't really make a lot of sense. But together for almost 70 years, and they never talk about who they vote for. America's used to mind their own business, and it seems to work. Yeah, it used to mind their own business. Exactly, and that's what I'm saying, pal. People used to mind their own business. I mean, in the 1960s and up towards the 70s or 90s, you know, people started, you know, even before that, I think way before that, you know, people just minded their own things. They had their job and they had their life, and people just minded their own thing. You know, talk about anything. You know, like political opinions. You know, people. You know, people have too many political opinions nowadays. Now, I'm not saying that having a political opinion is bad, but I am saying that too many people are getting into politics, and that's something I want to say real quick. Too many people are getting into politics. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say that people that deserve to be in politics and there are people that just not deserve to be in politics. Everyone deserves to have their say, but there are people who doesn't know what politics is. And there are also people who appear to think the only reason why they're there is so that they can secure rights for some eligibility group that they live in, right? The factor is, you can't base your political ideology on securing rights or gay rights, you know, stuff like that. And I'm listen, I'm one of those guys that I don't really care who you are or what you are. Be who you want to be, right? But I am also insurance to the factor is people are too much in politics nowadays, you know? People are way too much in politics. What people really need to do is just mind their own fucking business once in a while. You know, I do. I don't talk to shit people. I don't talk to people that I don't know. People act like, or I don't watch politics or care about politics. And that kind of means I care about this because I'm passionate about this. Well, saying I don't care about politics is wrong, because I do care about politics, but I don't care about the local politics. I don't go into it or go on the streets and yell about it, protest and stuff like that. I mind my own fucking business. I have my life and I gotta get on with that. But the factor is, too many people don't do that nowadays. You know, they want to get their own thing. They want to get $1 million and working for politics, you know, securing gay rights. Now, I'm not going to sit here and attack gay rights, this sort of thing, but there are a lot of people who care a lot more about saying let's get more gay rights than saying there's millions of people in your country who can barely afford rent, you know. But you're not talking about that, are you? You know, Scott tried to push politics on his heart when I was in high school. My FYI, never ever told one who. Yeah. So I like going because divisions. Well, thank you so much, Bale. I like myself too. No. You gotta like yourself, you know. People scream everything you say. People have to scream everything in your face, but that's because they think that's how you get that they get their talk points, you know. Because people think nowadays the louder they scream, the more they can fucking you know, the more they can get points across. But the factor is, the more you scream, the more people are gonna think you're ridiculous. And that's why you're not getting your points across. The more you go across and the more you go, you fucking idiots or stuff, you know, you're not going to get anything across because people don't like you. You know? But yeah, like, I don't know that much shit about you. Back off, I just don't care. Now, yeah, exactly. Like, people start talking to me about all kinds of things. Sometimes, and that's what I say to my mom or family members when they start talking about like scenarios or things in their life, and then they start telling me about things, and I just go to them in the end in my sarcastic voice and go, I'm so happy you spent half an hour of my life talking about something I care so much about. And the funny thing is, people, if they get offended by it, you can tell who's insecure. And if people who are secure about it or just find it funny, because usually people find it funny. They'll find it funny because they think, oh yeah, why did I spend half an hour telling you about this? You don't care about it. Like, that's the thing, right? You can tell people who are insecure who are not. You know, if they start telling you about your life story, what you got to do sometimes is just look at them in the eyes and say, I'm so happy that you just spent half an hour of my life talking about something I care so much about. You know, I care so much about this kind of stuff. I'm so fucking happy you spent half an hour of my life talking about this, right? I'm oh my god, you know, can't believe I just spent half an hour of my life, and that half an hour, I'm happy I didn't spend it on anything else, you know. I like that one Sheldon meme where he says, "Is that sarcasm?" Yes, honey, that was sarcasm. If you didn't pick up on it. Anyways, guys, we're gonna watch Zelensky here. This is very important. I always watch him. He's a great guy. If you hadn't catch on yet, he's a great guy. But here we're gonna watch him.
За 3 дні. Можна сказати одним реченням. 2 роки тому ми вогнем зустрічали тут ворожий десант. 2 роки по тому ми зустрічаємо тут наших друзів, наших партнерів. Прем'єрка Італії Джорджа Мелоні, голова G7, прем'єр-міністр Канади Джастін Трюдо, Урсула фон дер Ляєн, президентка Єврокомісії, Олександр Де Крoo, прем'єр Бельгії, що головує у Європейській Раді.
I'm so happy all these world leaders went to Ukraine to show their support and show that they're doing so much for Ukraine. You know, what the fuck is the point of this visiting? You know, what the fuck is the point of visiting? I don't have to visit Ukraine to realize if they need, you know, military aid. Do you have to go to a country to realize they have military aid? Here's the one thing that you're going to catch on. If I have to put it in layman terms, right? Do you have to go to a homeless person to realize they're homeless? You know? Do you have, or could you be 10 feet away looking at that guy, you know? I don't see the loads of ammo they brought with them to Ukraine. Exactly. Like, what? Did he bring a bullet? Like, I imagine between these guys, they could bring a handgun. You know, they could donate a handgun to Ukraine. You know, oh my god. But the factor is, I'm going to point this out here. It doesn't make sense. There's no point of them visiting Ukraine constantly. Why are they spending government money, taxpayers' money? They're spending everyone's money visiting Ukraine constantly to say, oh, we're here to offer security guarantees. Who the fuck gives a shit what you're here to offer? You could do it over a fucking Zoom call. We have technology. We have computers. Do it over a Zoom call. You know? No, but like, maybe not a Zoom call, but something, you know, something secure, something online, or a phone call. You could do a fucking phone call. Like, do you have to spend everybody's money visiting Ukraine? That's Justin Trudeau. He's went from Canada to Ukraine. You have any fucking idea how much money that costs for the country? Well, you know, they could obviously afford it, but like, you know, it's all pump and circuits. It's gross. The factor is, it's all to get voters, right? All these people are here so they can get voters. I don't even know why the fuck she's here. She doesn't even look like she belongs there. That woman doesn't look like she knows what the fuck's going on. And she looks like he's about to fall asleep. That guy looks like the only guy he needs to be there. I think that's the guy. That's the Dutch guy. And that's the only important person. I don't know. I think she's important as well. I don't know who she is. I know that's the EU chairman. No idea who that is. I think she was with Belgium. You know, but like, what's the point? If I was in any way for the person in charge of getting aid for Ukraine, I wouldn't need to go to Ukraine to get aid to Ukraine. Like, here's another point. Do you think that Winston Churchill went to France every single day to secure aid to France? Or do you think the United States goes to, or do you think Joe Biden goes to the Middle East every single time they have to secure aid down there, or in Africa, or I don't know, that's a bad, I can't really find any good examples, but yeah, you know, like, yeah. I don't know why the fuck that person is here. I don't know why the fuck she's here. Look at her. Does she look like she's there? Like does she, look at her. Does she look like she needs to be there? Like, do you need to be there? Like, do you all need to be there? I just don't get it. I'm sorry. I'm just gonna keep going here, but yeah.
І це символічно і красномовно описує шлях, який ми пройшли за ці 2 роки. І різницю між 24 лютого тоді і зараз. Знаєте, мимоволі сьогодні кожен українець згадує той день. І у кожного є своє власне 24-те. Унікальний спогад того дня. Як ти прокинувся, хто перший тобі написав, як ти, кому першому ти подзвонив, кого ти обійняв міцно, що сказав тоді своїм найближчим людям. І найважливіше, що ти зробив далі. Мільйони різних історій, але у багатьох є схожий епізод. Це вибір, який зробили українці різного віку, різних професій.
Oh, okay. Well, now that makes sense, right? You know. No, it's just a butt wiper of the other one, right? That makes sense. I'd imagine that's what she's there for, butt wiping. You know, I'm so happy you guys gave a good hug, you know. While thousands of Ukrainian soldiers lie dead on the battlefield because half of the Western world decided not to give military equipment, you know, I'm so happy you guys can hug it out, you know. Oh my God.
З різних регіонів, який поєднав людей. Спочатку в чергах до військкомату, далі в одному окопі на лінії фронту, щоб захищати країну, і всі ті, хто залишився, аби працювати в країні, хто поїхав, хто потім повернувся. І так вже 2 роки. Ми стали на 730 днів ближче до перемоги. Хтось чекає на якогось віщуна, щоб сказав, коли вона настане, а мільйони українців просто пам'ятають слова Кобзаря. Борітеся, поборете. І слідують цьому вже 730 днів. Самовідданості і відваги. Вони гартуються на сході, на півдні, півночі, у всіх напрямках, де б'ються наші воїни. 730 днів стійкості і витримки. Вони стоять опорами в усіх цивільних містах і селах. І сьогодні кожен з нас подзвонить своїм, почути рідні голоси, побажати один одному те, що так чекаємо. І сьогодні кожен з нас, на жаль, має когось про кого помовчати і вшанувати пам'ять. І всі разом ми схиляємо голови перед 730 днів болю. Але водночас 730 днів надії на найвищу справедливість, яка полягає в тому, що у всіх нас різні історії початку війни. Але має бути єдиним. Фінал цієї війни. І буде перемога. І згадуючи все, що пройшли за ці 2 роки, розумієш, інакше бути не може. Згадуючи, що вже зробили українці, знаєш, ми точно зможемо. Нам під силу, нам вдасться і тут, у цьому місці, як найкраще розумієш, може не витримати метал, але не українці. Можна спалити літак, але неможливо знищити мрію, з якої 730 днів кожен з нас засинає, прокидається, з якою засинаєш ти, ви, всі ми, всі наші громадяни, всі українці. Народ, який вистояв у перші 3 дні і не впав на 4-й, виборов 5-й день, а далі місяць, далі 6 місяців, і ось тепер 2 роки битви за свободу, битви за життя, яку героїчно ведуть неймовірні люди, до яких я завжди промовляю у зверненнях: великий народи, великої країни. І неймовірно, я пишаюсь кожною. Я захоплююсь кожним і кожною, вірю в кожного і в кожного. І будь-яка нормальна людина хоче, аби війна закінчилась, але ніхто з нас не дозволить, аби закінчилась Україна наша. Саме тому до слів завершення війни ми завжди додаємо на наших умовах. Саме тому біля слова «мир» завжди звучить «справедливий». Саме тому в майбутній історії біля слова «Україна» завжди стоятиме слово «незалежна». Боремось за це вже 730 днів нашого життя і переможемо у найкращий день нашого життя. Я дякую всім вам, воїни. Дякую нашому народу і всім в світі, хто стоїть поруч з нами і з правдою. Слава Україні!
See, that's what I'm talking about. People need to mind their own fucking business nowadays. People mind everyone else's business, but they don't mind their own business, do they? We need the money for infrastructure. What the fucking infrastructure? You know? Like, they say $200 billion could go great towards our infrastructure. To do what? Improve your housing? You know, it's not the problem of your infrastructure. It's more of the problem that you can't afford the infrastructure. That's the problem. You know, because the problem is you guys can't afford the rent. You can't afford the rent. You can't afford renovations. You can't afford renovations. The infrastructure starts swindling. In other countries where the welfare stands, people that can afford their rent, you know? No, but the thing is, people that can afford their rent, like for roads and bridges and stuff. But listen, you don't need $200 billion to repair a road or a bridge. You need $1 billion to prepare for like a state. You could prepare all the roads in the state for like probably $1 billion, maybe a little bit more, but not one that'd be that much. You know, like they can easily afford that while sending money to Ukraine. Like bridges and roads is cost nothing to do. Like it's really cheap, you know. So it's the manpower that costs more. It's not even the stuff or the equipment you need. It's the manpower. So factor is you know, so. But the factor is, one of the other things people complain about, their housings are too bad. But the factor is, people can't afford their rent nowadays. You can't afford your rent. What happens then? Well, then obviously you can't afford your renovations because you don't have any spare money if you can't afford the rent. You can barely afford the rent, right? If you don't have any money for renovations, well then you're in debt. If you want to repair your house, nobody wants to be in debt. Most Americans are, unfortunately. So yeah. I will say, you know, that's the biggest problem. Housing prices, that's the biggest problem. doesn't matter what it is, rent, children, the money. It's never going to go to that anyway. No, but the other factor is, you know, you don't need to spend money to improve the or to down the infrastructure. You don't even spend that much money on it. You know, the factor is you need to figure out a better way to ensure that the house prices doesn't go up, and that's by ensuring inflation doesn't go up. So factor is, you know, no matter what, they've been able to afford. No matter what you do, right? No matter what you say to me, I can counter argue and say, yes, but you'd still be able to afford to aid Ukraine while doing all those things and fixing America. Easily. You know? Easily they'd be able to do that. Ronald Reagan, he said that we have to get ready to sacrifice, right? We're not, the America isn't struggling because the people are living too good. It's the government that's living too good. That's what he said. That's what Reagan said. And that's the true stance. Now, you might want to say if he's corrupt or not. I don't know. He probably was a little bit bitsy corruption. but the other point is here, guys, he's right. You know, the American people isn't living bad because the people, you know, and inflation isn't go up because the people live too good. It's because the government's living too good. That's the real issue. Anyways, we have some interesting news coming out from Antarctica. Take a guess what it is. It's not that the glacier falling off. No, it's an interesting thing. In fact, the first ever case of the bird flu has been reported in Antarctica. And of course, there's always somebody going, what's going on? Like this guy right here, right? This guy right here is gonna go, oh my god, is the zombie apocalypse about to start? You know, no. Listen, factor is the bird in question. Yeah, it's probably a penguin, I'd imagine. Talking about the bird flu. But yeah, the first ever bird flu in Antarctica. It could be serious if they've actually spread. If it's spread to Antarctica and it could survive in Antarctica, that's the bigger problem. Surviving in Antarctica, if it could survive in Antarctica, you know that's certainly the bigger issue there. Jesus Christ. Blah blah blah.
أطفال فلسطين كلهم بتف عليك يا مقرن. خلي ترامب يحلبكم.
Oh, this is the advocate of peace between Israel and Palestine, and this is how he was treated in the front. Oh, look at that. A man who knows what he's talking about. Look at that. This Saudi Arabian peace activist arrived in Jerusalem a year ago, and headed over to the Al-Aqsa Mosque. I can't pronounce it. To pray. All he did was to advocate for peace between Israel and Palestine and Palestine's. Yeah, and this is how he was treated in front of the. It's always the kids, right? They treat the kids as if like that's how they raise their kids.
هاي أطفال فلسطين كلهم بتف عليك يا مقرن.
That's how they treat the kids nowadays. Right? Look at that! Look at that! The kid spits in the guy's face. Like you know, parenting. That's the bigger issue nowadays. I tell you what, these immigrant parents. You know, where you're in another country nowadays, and we don't hit our children. Another thing is we don't hit our children, and another thing is we can actually, you know, raise our children without having to hit them. Now, I say that lightly. Sometimes there has been incidents where little light tap on the shoulder has never hurt a child. That's the saying, right? And some people say that's true saying because sometimes that's what's necessary. Now I'm not agreeing with that, but sometimes I have I have nieces and nephews, and tell you what, sometimes you just want to do stuff, it's just to make them shut the fuck up. But yeah. What? What the? Well, sorry to break it to you guys, but that's not Antarctica. For the first time, bird flu has reached the southern tip of South Africa. It now risks spreading to Antarctica. Oh, right. Okay, I was saying, nastiest, right? Yeah, it is. But I was gotta say, this is not Antarctica, guys. That's the tip of Antarctica there. But I was gonna say that's not Antarctica. What they're saying is that it's, and then they say, please stop. And I agree with that. Please stop. please stop. Please. Now bird flu has spread, and I love to said that because they said that in April 7th, 2023, that a long time ago, right? And now the bird flu has spread to Antarctica for the first time, according to BNO desk. But what? Annexation that is legal. What? Is that some sort of trick question? Illegal annexation? Defy legal annexation. That's then Mr. I love the West. Huh? What? Okay, doesn't even make any sense. That one right there. Do I follow that guy? Nerdy mapper edit. Oh.
Нові сюрпризи. І я б не
I don't know why they chose Budanov. I'll be honest with you guys. Budanov, he either has to be really good at his job or he has a lot of money. Because I'll be honest with you, taking a glimpse at him, now you're not going to supposed to judge a book by its cover, but taking a glimpse at Budanov and knowing that he's the chief of intelligence, I know why they haven't exactly blown up the bridge yet. I'm not making fun of Budanov, but Jesus Christ.
Але ворогів очікує нові сюрпризи.
I'd imagine he's really good at his job, because otherwise, I don't know why you keep that guy. I'm sorry. I'm not about appearance here, okay? I don't want to judge on the appearance of a person here, but god damn, dude. I just don't know. What has he done lately? He's done a lot of things they keep saying, but, I'd imagine he has. I'd imagine he's good at his job. But, wow. Sometimes he just looks like he doesn't know what's going on. He doesn't know. Look at him. He doesn't look like what's going on.
Так званим Кримським мостом.
He's stone-faced all the time. I don't know. Don't use Kirkstray Bridge. And he says don't use Kirkstray Bridge. I don't know. He's a robot, right? Never ever smiles. So it bothers me. I don't know what he's doing. Well, I imagine he's pretty good at what he's doing. Probably he's the best. He's probably the best at what he does. He's the best. Faticus News just posted something about Transnistria. If you weren't here, there's a T1 under the fake skin. It probably is, right? Here you go. Yeah, that's the one. Okay, so here you have it, guys. This is the latest. Now, you weren't here a few days ago. Transnistria, when it was the last stream we did, has reportedly started their talks about possibly being annexed by Russia here. But just 1 second here. Moldova's Transnistria region has turned to the OSCE for help because of the preparation of sabotage groups in Moldova. They're preparing terrorist attacks and sabotage on military installation, the head of Transnistria tells RIE Novosti. So here it is, right? This is basically it right here. Transnistria turned to the OSCE because of the preparation of sabotage groups in Moldova, but there's no whatever response. Head of the unrecognized PMR Vatmin Kronushchevsky told RIA Novosti. The PMR Ministry of State Security reported that foreign specialists are preparing combat groups in Moldova, which included Ukrainians to carry out terrorist attack and sabotage of military installations in Transnistria. So this is what they're going to do, probably. They're going to use that as either a pretext to join Russia, or they're going to use that as a pretext to join in on the war with Russia, or something else. Or go to war with Moldova, or something else. Wow. Wow, actually. That's actually, wow. Yeah. That is funny right there. I'm not going to rack my brains around exactly what that means. I imagine it's some kind of attempt, just like Belarus. Timing is funny. You know what timing is funny? Because Belarus, a few days ago, the Lukashenko himself came out and said that not only was the West, the US and Poland planning terrorist attacks in Poland and planning on blaming it on Belarus and Russia. Now, Transnistria, which is also a Russian exclave, I mean, it's a communist exclave, ties with Russia, you know. If you don't know where it is, I'll just point it towards where it is. That's Transnistria right there. Right next to Ukraine, conveniently. But ties to Russia, ties to Putin, ties to everything. Pretty much Putin exclave, right? So it's funny timing, right? So I don't know. I can't exactly tell you what's about to happen here, but something appears to be up, because that's funny. It's weird timing is what I'm telling you. That they're planning on blaming not only Ukraine, but they're also planning on blaming the West for terrorist attacks. Okay. Yeah. And also one thing, Moldova and Ukraine, it's very unlikely that Ukraine would go, oh yeah, let's conduct terrorist attacks inside of Transnistria. That would be, why would they do that? And second off, it's very unlikely Moldova would risk anything like that. Because I'm here to tell you, Moldova is not a strong country, military-wise. I've shown you last stream. Go back and you can hear me talk about last stream if you want to go all the way back, but otherwise, stay here. Yeah. European countries have supplied weapon system. The limit of ensuring electrical installation durability is the problem for modern weapons. The issue affects countries where ESG, environmental, social cover. Okay, so there's apparently some kind of problem lately. This is the problem. Reports of European weaponry failing in Ukraine due to ESG policies entering Western weapons industry. Cable installation is increasingly made out of corn fiber instead of synthetic materials. Mice prefer corn fiber over synthetic material. Because we have to be so goddamn green, you know? If we are not green about our military equipment, who's going to save the planet? I'm telling you, the Ukrainians, they're going to have to do it their own way, because now I will point one thing out. This guy does kick some of the mice. They do appear to either be knocked out, and they're sleeping. Okay? Not dead. They're sleeping for a long time. Long time, but we're not going to point that out there. Main point is to show you what's happening. See, now they're just falling asleep here. They're just falling asleep here. That's what they are. They're falling asleep here. Yeah. Falling asleep here. I don't know why that guy's laughing at it. That seems like a little bit of... Yeah, okay, that's enough. Why is that? Why did that guy continuously kick those mice? I mean, Jesus Christ, I can't show that video. Like, did he need to kick them? Like, I'm not like, oh yeah, sure, I'm one of those animal activists. I love animals, sure I do. But like, Jesus Christ, like, Ukraine may lose the war. Even the Israeli hate the government. What? What? Why would he comment that? Why would he comment that? What? What? He said somebody's comments was what? They ended because they believed. What are you guys going on right now? But yeah, no, I'm not gonna show that video again. But that's what's happening here, guys. This is what's happening here. Lately, the Western military equipment is not bad, but because we go so green, we also sometimes forget that you can't constantly go green. I mean, it's probably because of price regions, I imagine. Otherwise, our equipment works pretty good, but there's obviously a few side effects. The factor is that we've never actually tried them in a battlefield. You know, we've only had them in factories and labs and labs, but like, you know, you get it. You know, fun stuff. Great stuff. That was my fault. Oh shit. Okay, we have an update here, guys. We have an update. Do we have an update? Does we have? Oh, we have an update. Yep. Okay, we've just received updates from the front lines of Ukraine here. Further Russian gains here today. We've just received the newest update here from the 25th of February here. Look at this here. Further gains. So this is the past few days here. So they started off. They actually got Anvika because Ukraine called back. Then they got that area, completely swallowed up this little village here, and now they're going, what appears to be going for that village, and also took that village there, and going in circle right there. Cracking advancements from the Russians, it does appear, has been taking place here the last few days here. Some more advancements over here, look at that. Yeah, I wouldn't even know if that's advancement. That's more of sort of a troop movement right there. That's some kind of advancement, yeah. Smoothing out the area there. In case you forgot, dear Russia, I hate you. Yeah. That does appear to be it, but they are making gains by the hour. So, yeah. It is quite a dire situation there in Ukraine. I mean, I'm not going to sugarcoat it because I'm not going to lie, you know. A lot of people say, you know, blah, 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 maybe try and lie a little bit or maybe try and lighten the mood here. I'm not speaking, listen, I'm not here sugarcoating anything. I'm saying it as it is. That's what I'm going to do, okay? You know, like it or you don't. The Russian losses as of the February the 25th was uploaded at 7 a.m. 810 troops, 16 APVs, 32 vehicles, and 8 tanks, 29 artillery systems, 22 UAVs, that's pretty good, and 2 cruise missiles, and 2 special equipment. Not the biggest amount I've seen today, but not bad, not bad. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. My friends, not bad at all. I can't believe that we're, you know what we're at? Look at that, right, by the way. We're one MLRS system away from 1,000 MRS systems. Look at that. One. Like, we're at 999. Look at that. This is a moment in history here, guys. I've recorded it. This is a moment in history, guys. You're never going to forget it. Anti-Lula protesters carried out banners in South Lula. Oh, and there you go. Yeah, good stuff. Brazil is certainly in the hands of Israel. It does appear. Well, they're supporting, or at least they're supporting. Well, I don't know if they're supporting directly Israel. They're just supporting the factor of anti-Semitic. No, they're not supporting. They're supporting being against anti-Semitism. There you go. That's a good sentence right there. Oh yeah. That's what they are doing, my friends. That's what they are doing, my friends. 24 minutes ago, missile threat in Kherson appears to have passed. Yeah, appears to have passed. Now let's see if we don't got anything else there. Yeah, but some things are happening. Some things are happening. Some things are not happening. Some things are happening. Oh yeah, by the way, Lukashenko announced he's running for the 2025 elections. Surprisingly enough, he appears to say that he's going to do a fair trial and a fair election, and he's probably not going to win. Obviously, he's going to win because he's who? Dictator? Oh, I didn't say it. You said it. No, naughty you. You can't say that. Yeah. Significant gains here in the Russian areas here today. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, they're gaining and gaining upon gaining and gaining. It's just, it's insane at this point. I'm telling you. Happy nation, happy happy nation. I feel like that song right there is gonna get them through it all. All right, woo, get them through it. What the fuck? Don't even know what the fuck's going on in that one. Oh my god. Just fucking. Russian ambassador in Poland was dumped in front of his house with what Russian likes to consume from their TV channels, 2 tons of shit. Activists placed Russian troop with the letter C on a pile of manure and stuck a sign saying, "Russia shit, we don't want you in the EU, get out." Oh my god, look at that. Well, some Polish people have it in there. Some Polish people still know what's up. It smells like this is what the French did.
What's wrong?
Look at the steam coming out.
Ja bym chciał
Yeah, that's kind of
potraktować
great. And it's going directly towards his house or the ambassadorship.
jako akcja
It's not even going towards them. It's going
artystyczna,
directly
prawda?
towards them. The shit knows where to go.
To jest mniej więcej to, co chcieliśmy przekazać ambasadzie rosyjskiej, ambasadorowi rosyjskiemu. To znaczy, chcieliśmy powiedzieć, co myślimy o propagandzie rosyjskiej w naszym kraju, bo w tej chwili jesteśmy
Propaganda. He said propaganda. I
w
can do that.
ostrej fazie
And to put a Russian flag on the shit. There you go. That's how we do it. Let's
wojny
go.
hybrydowej, ale przede wszystkim chcieliśmy powiedzieć, co sądzimy o ludobójstwie, które się odbywa na Ukrainie. Drugą rocznicę inwazji na pełną skalę. Apelujemy do polskiego rządu o to, żeby
Saying he wants them to get out of Ukraine, wants the better to get out of Russia, to get out of Europe.
obniżyć rangę naszych relacji dyplomatycznych z Rosją, bo nie ma żadnego powodu, żeby pozwalać na to, żeby rosyjski ambasador prowadził wojnę hybrydową przeciwko
He's a Nazist. He says a Nazi. I don't know if he said Nazi, but it looked like, sounded like, or Nazist or something like that. I don't know. Something like that. There you go. Follow that one. Ooh. Great stuff, guys. Great stuff. Hope to see you next time. Hope to see you next time. Love that. Love it. We always love that. I don't know why I'm saying like I love it. Like I'm loving Like I love looking at it. No, I don't. I mean, don't we're gonna say that. Other than that, there isn't a lot of other things going on today. The funny thing is, Flash News, who usually uploads their daily news, they don't upload their daily news unless something happened throughout the day. So if something good and something they actually report on happened, they can actually report on it and actually put a video together. But if so little happened today, they can't put a good video together, and it's not worth their time. So the days when the Flash doesn't upload like a video is like the days when a lot of things happened. But keep out because it might still be the 25th for you guys, but it's the 26th for me. And in 2 days, Transnistria is gonna vote to probably become member of Russia. I don't know if they're gonna vote on that yet, but they have said that that's what they could be voting on. We don't know exactly what they're voting on, but we're seeing the latest tweet here, and if you didn't see it, we saw that obviously here that Transnistria is planning on actually becoming part of Transnistria is planning or saying that somebody is planning to do terrorist attacks inside of Transnistria, and he says that Ukraine and Moldova is part of it. So yeah, apparently. Well, Fedica's news. Okay, he deleted the tweet, but I mean, I saw it, so I think it's true. Probably is. Maybe it's not. He deleted the tweet, so maybe it's not true. Probably not true. Maybe it's true. I imagine it could be. It's funny timing. And there was a whole tweet of that and everything, so probably 800,000 people saw it, so it could probably be true, but yeah, I don't know. But yeah. Yeah, I'm happy about it. Can't wait for Transnistria to initiate some kind of terrorist attack in their own backyard to blame it on Ukraine or Moldova. Get Russian military aid or something like that. They're probably going to wait for Russia to go attack Odessa. No, I don't know. Do I think that there's a chance for Russia to ever make it to Odessa? I mean, the more and more gains they're making and the less equipment the Western world is sending in, the less it's going to be able to hide off. So, yeah. The less it's going to be able to hide off. I don't know. But we're going to have to see. Going to have to see if anything happens, obviously. Yeah. But hopefully everything will pan out fine. I'm just telling you, I wish for the Western politicians that they would stop fucking visiting the they would stop visiting the countries just to assure that their aid is going. It's like you constantly, every single day, the Western leaders goes to Ukraine to do what? To show that they are still supporting the Ukrainians. Could you do that over a phone call, over a press briefing in their own country? Spend a little bit less of everybody's money. You're spending everyone's money going to Ukraine, saying the same thing you could have done over a phone call. It doesn't make sense. Spend the money on getting the things to Ukraine. How many bullets could you have bought? What's a bullet worth? AK-47 round worth. Magazine worth. I'm probably gonna get swatted by the police if I search this up. Imagine, because I'm searching this up and now somebody's gonna be put on a red box. I'm put on a fucking red box. I don't know. I see them in the $550 and to $900. So the AK-47 could be worth $500, $450, $900, right? Can't find the price of the Mac because I, to be honest with you, so it's 73.3 euro per round, or is that the direct translation there, or cent? Or yeah, I think that's the translation there. So how much does it cost to fly from Canada? How much does it cost from to Europe? Because we don't know if he didn't land in Ukraine, so Europe. You can go from Vancouver for 4,630. That's commercial. By the way, now where he travels private. Private jet costs, probably because it's Canadian owned company. It's probably a cost between, this one says a cost of private jet charter between Montreal and Paris typically ranges from, here you have it. $83 to $131,000. Now, the jet is probably government owned. Did they pay this much? Probably not. They probably paid a scaled down version of this, but they probably paid something like these numbers here. We also have to think about the fuel consumption levels, right? I don't know if he paid this. He probably didn't pay money to actually fly there, but the Canadian government probably did, and they probably had to fuel the plane and find a pilot that actually costs money, and because they have to fly private, they have to fly his whole team there, so that's a lot more money all of a sudden if they had to fly his whole team to the plane area there, and they had to get a hotel, they have to have somewhere to stay, they had to get the security team, they had to get everybody. That's probably, I don't know, but we're in total, because of the whole trip, you could probably be looking at $80,000 for the whole goddamn trip. You think about the man hours, the amount of people he has to get with him. How many if a magazine is worth if a whole magazine or cost per round, right, is worth 73 cent. Oh, cent per round, right? 73% per round. And how many rounds is in a? There's 30 rounds, so 30.73 is 2,000. So that's $2. Is it $2 for a Mac? No. How much is 2,100 cent? How much? How do I divide that? I don't know. How much is 2,000 cent in dollars? So 3,000 cent pennies is worth $30. So 2,190 is worth $22.90, right? Or 21 or something like that. Have you ever watched one of those apps detected? $21.20, right? That's for a Mac. Tax gamer. You could. Oh, cyber attack. Oh, we got lots of cyber attacks. All right, yeah, I didn't see it. But yeah, $21.20, something like that for a magazine. Now I'm lowballing. That might not be what it costs, but it could be what it costs as far as that's what it says, right? So if that's what it costs, maybe $30, maybe something less than that, Yeah, so whatever. It's $21.90, right? $21.90. So put that in perspective. For his trip there, which is like 80,000 or maybe more, I don't know, there's probably a lot of money there, up in the thousands. He could have bought hundreds of magazines. He could have bought a whole drones. He could have bought everything. But no, let's spend it on a fucking private jet, hotels, security services, having to travel to Europe, having to do all these kinds of things. Instead of not spending everyone's money on doing that, maybe spend a little bit less money on traveling anywhere, be in your own country, right? And then spend the money on giving the money to Ukraine. The amount of equipment and stuff you could have actually bought, the magazines, the amount of bullets you could have bought with those monies there. That's a lot of money. $1.90, right? So yeah, $21. I don't know if that's the exact numbers there. That's what it said there. I don't know. I don't know if that's true or not. And they say it costs between $450 to $90. Yeah, so it's got 30 rounds in it. But yeah. Okay, I'm gonna get on a red list if I keep searching up AK-47s. Like now I'm actually searching up is an AK-47 expensive. Now I'm gonna stop, otherwise somebody's gonna come visit me. Jesus Christ. Could you imagine? It's like, hey, just want to ask, we saw some searches. We've detected some searches. Somebody sent us this, and we just want to make sure that you're okay. Okay, you're not, you're not doing anything weird. Yeah, if you do it in America, everyone's like, he doesn't really that. Maybe he just wants an AK-47. You do it in Denmark, you're like, okay, this guy, we gotta keep an eye on that guy because he's buying an AK-47. That's a known terrorist weapon, and seeing that we're in these times that we're in, I gotta be honest with you, it's probably not the best time to be searching up AK-47s. You may have the AKs on your store step. Oh, AKS? Yeah. I may have the, what's they called? The PET. Or security services are called PET. 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 That's what our security services are called. Holy shit, it's the worst fucking name ever. PET. They call it PET. What's your security service called? The CIA. What's your security service called? FBI. What's yours, Russia? KGB. What's yours, England? MI6. At your service. Your Majesty's Government Security Service. What's yours, Denmark? PET? What? No, it's PET. You're like, PET. No, it doesn't even work. CIA. MI6. PET. Like, could you... like, oh my God. It's... I'm sorry, but could you not have picked a better name? Like, PET. PET. Yeah. Oh, there's also the DSS, Danish Security Service. Oh, that's a fucking. No, that's a company. That's not. There you go. That it was. About PET. There you go. So that's the police spy service, or what do you call it? That's a translation, but that's Danish right there. About PET. PET. Danish Security Intelligence Service. PET. PET. We gotta call PET. Who do we gotta call? PET. I don't know. I'm gonna call MI6. They sound cooler. I'm not gonna discount the abilities of the people working at PET. I'm sure they're great, but Jesus Christ. Prosecutor's office investigates Russian execution of 7 Ukrainian POWs. Law enforcement's opened an investigation into Russian troops' executing 7 Ukrainian soldiers who surrendered as prisoners of war. In Donetsk Oblast, the Prosecutor General Office reported on February the 25th. It's funny that they're saying we have opened an investigation to investigate this occurrence. There's a video online of them doing it, but we're still going to investigate it. There's a video on Twitter that was shared of this current event that they're talking about, but then they got to say, we're investigating the situation. You saw it happen. How much more fucking evidence do you need? You saw the murder happen. If you were to go on on the stance at court and you saw the murder happen and you said, hold up, I'm still investigating. Well, didn't you see the murder happen? Oh, yeah, but I'm still investigating. What are you investigating? If I really saw it. What? Like, sometimes I just... Like... Sorry. But it just doesn't make any sense. You know? I mean, I get they do it and it's good that they're, you know, investigating this kind of stuff, but like... Like, how much investigation do you need? You know? Like, we know it's happening. We know they've done it before. We know they keep doing it. So, how much really investigation do you really need to be able to show that you did it, you know? Like, I'm not trying to be rude or anything, but like, Jesus Christ, sometimes I don't get the functionings of our nowadays society. It just doesn't form out nowadays. It's becoming less and less of a functioning system, more and more of just a bunch of people saying a bunch of stuff that doesn't make a lot of fucking sense, you know, sometimes. Anyways, guys, listen, we're gonna end the stream now, because we are done for today. We are done streaming for today. That's enough for me. Thank you so much for stopping by. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for watching. And also, hit that subscribe button. No. Hit that like button if you do want to like and all that stuff. I don't know what to say. I'll be back tomorrow. Twitter is in the description. Of course, you go there, and I'll keep retweeting stuff, and you can get to see that there and all that kind of stuff. And other than that, of course, the link to all these things here in the description as well. Otherwise than that, have a good time. Thanks so much for stopping by. Thanks so much for having a bunch of fun here. Thanks for listening to me. A lot of people like that. And then I'll see you guys tomorrow.